Here's the real psychological reason why CEOs feel often very overwhelmed. And the origin of that can be found in your childhood. Now, first of all, you feel overwhelmed because you take on too much responsibility. Now, you might say, well, I'm a CEO, it's my responsibility to be responsible for everything. Well, in a sense, yes, but also it's your responsibility to pass on the responsibility and to outsource things, out of your own life, out of your own responsibilities. But you're still, kind of like everywhere, you're still trying to figure everything out. It's just too much, it's like overwhelming. And you cannot not let go of that. And well, first of all, statistically speaking, if you're a CEO, it's most likely that you're a firstborn child. That's a fact. And that might be also connected that CEOs who feel also overwhelmed often suffer from the so-called parentalization when they were a child. And parentalization means that early on in life, you as a kid, you get more responsibility, you get more treated like a parent, like an adult very early on. And this happens mostly with people who are firstborn children. Also with other ranks as a sibling, but mostly with firstborn children. Because, for example, the parents are out for dinner and the firstborn has to take care of the other children. So you have to take care of your siblings, your brothers, your sisters. Maybe you have to help out your father and your mother earlier on. Also depends how your mother and your father raised you, but sometimes parents start to talk with their children about their personal problems, and they do this usually with the firstborn child. So maybe your mother tells you about what's going wrong, even maybe tell you about the conflict that she has with her husband and your father. Those are just multiple examples, but the term here is parentalization, and the fact that you early on in life had to take already on quite some responsibilities. And on the one hand, you maybe liked that, but on the other hand, it also felt a little bit overwhelming, felt a little bit too much. And you early on in life noticed, I need to take responsibility over things that I maybe don't even feel capable to do. Suddenly my parents are gone and I have to take care of my siblings. I mean, we are just siblings, but right now I'm suddenly the boss and I need to decide and I need to take responsibility. Suddenly I need to do things that I don't feel well equipped yet, and my parents still think I can do this because I'm the oldest, but I don't know, I'm just a child. So early on you take on a lot of responsibility because you had to, and you did also, but still you feel overwhelmed, and you carry around this feeling throughout your life. And maybe that's even why you're a CEO, because you're still always in this reflex of taking more responsibility, doing the next thing, being the biggest one here, being an adult. And that's why you also climb the ladder, and even a CEO seems to be a fitting position for you, because this is the guy who's taking the responsibility. This is who you are, right? But simultaneously also you feel tremendously overwhelmed by that. So you seek that challenge, but also it makes you feel overwhelmed. And now you're here, being a CEO. Not too bad, right? I mean, you're running a business. You're pretty successful, probably you make good money. So there's a pretty good side of you taking on a lot of responsibility, but the question is, how do you do this? And what's the price? Yeah, maybe that resonates, maybe it doesn't. But I noticed for the people who are in those positions with great responsibility, I noticed there is this common pattern, constantly feeling overwhelmed and already early on in life taking a lot of responsibility. Yeah. Now, if you name it, you tame it. Sometimes that's already 50% that you start to become aware of your patterns and where they're coming from. If you're now interested in working this out more specifically and let go of, in a sense, this trauma, because trauma it's a Greek word and it simply means wound. And it's basically a psychological wound that you are carrying around through life, and how can you deal with this, dissolve this, and as a result not feel as overwhelmed as a CEO, even though you need to take a lot of responsibility. If you're curious and want to learn about that, schedule a call with me, because a YouTube video is great, I can talk to everyone, but I want to work out an individualized strategy with you, how this tangibly looks like, how we can tangibly do this together. And this will be a free consultation session where you get this value. Will be tremendously important already and help you already to overcome your challenge in a sense just by working out this pathway. So again, just book a call and I talk to you soon.